New today, Maria Shriver reportedly hiring celebrity divorce attorney Laura Wasser, the lawyer who represented stars Angelina Jolie, Christina Aguilera, and Britney Spears. Plus, I want to show you new pictures taken yesterday of Maria Shriver out to lunch with her children. Her youngest son, seen here, is said to be the same age as Arnold's so-called love child. There they are. Plus, tonight, new allegations that Arnold Shwarzenegger helped pay for the mistress's home. 4-bedroom house with a pool in Bakersfield, California. Joining me tonight, family law attorney Vikki Ziegler and clinical psychologist Michelle Gollin, who also writes for MomLogic.com. No logic to this story, though. Vikki, let me start with you and a case like this. I call it a case because I think this is going to end up in the divorce court. I don't know if this marriage can be salvaged. Maybe it can. But if, in fact, we're talking about a divorce here, 25 years together, what impact does the fact that he fathers a child with the mistress in their house have on anything when it comes to child custody, child visitation, alimony, splitting of assets? Does it relate at all?
Well, Vinny, great questions. Morality, obviously, we're going to put him in the garbage dump. From a legal perspective, what's going to happen is they're going to show that he has lack of judgment, clearly, lack of credibility. But California is a no-fault state, so you can get divorced. You don't have to specifically state that somebody had fault in order to get divorced. This will come into play into the courtroom if, in fact, they don't strike a deal. And there are many questions about whether or not they had a prenuptial agreement or not. Regardless of whether or not they did have that, this is going to be a child custody case and a child support case. So I think that Arnold is going to make sure that he pays a premium dollar to Maria Shriver to make sure that nobody else knows all of the skeletons that are in his closet.
Michelle Gollin, I want you to take a listen to Maria Shriver about 15 years ago, giving some advice on marriage. And then let's talk about Maria and what she's going through and what must be on her mind tonight as she tries to work her way through this. Take a listen.
You've got to learn how to compromise. You've got to learn sometimes how to keep your mouth shut. You've got to learn how to act on forgiveness. You've got to learn how to give and take. And you've got to pay attention to your marriage. I love him dearly. He's interested in a lot of the same things that I'm interested in. He has a great zest and joy for life, which I admire. Catherine Eunice Schwarzenegger will be 8 months old on Monday, and she is the joy and light of my life. He's changing diapers, warming bottles, doing the whole trick. Communication, expressing your love for one another, expressing your understanding, that's key. I think that there's a lot of pressures that I don't have in my marriage that other people do have. He is a wonderful companion. He's my best friend.
Michelle Gollin, obviously this is someone who was so in love with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the ultimate, I've never seen betrayal like this. I think this is absolutely worse than what Tiger Woods did. Looking at what happened here, how does she approach this divorce? How does she keep her sanity and not just get filled with venom and hatred for this man?
Well, it's going to be really hard, but right now she's absolutely just in shock. And when it came out in January to her, you know, Vinny, the thing about betrayal and infidelity is that it freezes everything in time. You start to reflect back on everything that has happened for the last 10 years. And knowing what is going on and what all those things mean, either about this woman or about Arnold's choices or how he treated this child, you know, it's so traumatic, and it just freezes everything, you know, and we all enter marriage wanting love and connection and understanding. And, you know, I am sure that for her, Arnold very much manipulated the situation. I don't believe that she felt that she wasn't loved or that she wasn't tended to. I think probably someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, with his personality and his ego and his ability and power and access, he can make a lot of people feel very good and very taken care of.
Robert's in Ohio tonight. Thanks for holding on. Robert, your thoughts tonight?
Well, my question in all of this is what was her status as a legal resident during the affair and the birth? I mean, you know, there's a difference between being a legal resident and being allowed to work here. And then is she a resident now, and did she get any special favors to get that residency?
Great question, Robert. We'll answer it after the break. Plus, Arnold Schwarzenegger's neighbors are now coming out talking about seeing the so-called love child. Just how did Arnold keep this a secret for so long?
Maria is an extraordinary wife and a great partner, and she's my partner. She's the best first lady that the state ever had.
Arnold Schwarzenegger back in happier times in 2004. Tonight, the big announcement, his acting career is now put on hold. That statement just in, let me read it for you, quote, all his motion picture projects currently underway or being negotiated to stop planning until further notice. Governor Schwarzenegger is focusing on personal matters and is not willing to commit to any production schedules or timelines. This includes Cry Macho, the Terminator franchise, and other projects that are under consideration. That's good news. He should not be making movies right now. Right now, what he should be doing is taking care of all those children and making sure that they're okay and make things as easy and as smooth as possible for them. And that means a lot of daddy time. That's what it means, face to face. I want you to take a listen. A neighbor talking about this child, this secret child that Arnold Schwarzenegger had. Take a listen to what the neighbor has to say about him.
He's just a really nice kid that, you know, if you had a choice of picking children or somebody that you would like to mentor or anything like that, he would be the type of child that you would take on immediately and enjoy every minute of it.
Sounds like a great kid. I hope he's being able to make it through all of this. This is a lot to throw on a 13-and-a-half-year-old. Vikki Ziegler, how about this 13-and-a-half-year-old? The fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger now, you know, admitting fatherhood here, is this child entitled to anything?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And we don't know what he's been paying, if he has been supporting this child and or Mildred over the years. He's going to have a major league responsibility financially supporting this child. And how about emotionally? I mean, we don't know what he's done when this child found out that his father was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, we've been talking about that
Horrible.
for the first two nights. And hopefully Arnold Schwarzenegger's doing the right thing. Phyllis is in Florida tonight. Good evening, Phyllis.
Hi, Vinny. Great job on all the stories. My comment on Maria Shriver, it's very powerful to be a wife, and it's very powerful to be a governor's wife, and she had all the perks. The mistake she made was expounding on him all those years, and now she looks foolish. That's one thing that Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis never did before or after he died.
Phyllis, thanks for the call. We do appreciate it. And Maria Shriver, I mean, had an unbelievable career before she got married to Arnold Schwarzenegger. People knew who she was. Michelle Gollin, we only have about 20 seconds here.
Yes.
Your best advice to Maria Shriver in dealing with a potential divorce here?
My best advice to her is to surround herself with people that love her and know her and support her and her children. And I think she's going to take a lot of time to heal, and I think that she needs to just focus on herself and her kids.
Michelle Gollin, Vikki Ziegler, thank you both so much. You know, some people might